Welcome to the first episode of the series Discipline at Will. Today, we're focusing on a very specific question: why do I self-sabotage, and how can I stop doing that? Now, first of all, let's define what we mean by self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is the deliberate act of making a mistake or creating obstacles for yourself while trying to reach a goal, usually right before reaching it. It's when you intentionally do something that you know will prevent your success, even when you want to succeed, at least at a conscious level. It's important to note that self-sabotage is not the same as having bad habits or procrastinating. Yes, these behaviors can hold us back and prevent us from reaching our goals, but we will deepen them in other episodes. Self-sabotage, on the other hand, is something that you do while progressing on a certain goal. So, why do we engage in self-sabotage? There are 4 possible reasons. We will describe them and how to solve the first 3 of them. Reason 1, fear of change. We say we want to achieve something new, but deep down, we're afraid of what change will bring. Even if the outcome is positive, the unknown is uncomfortable, so we might accidentally miss a deadline or make choices that prevent us from fully committing, allowing us to avoid the discomfort of stepping into something new. Change is always also a sort of little death for the current self, and our mind very often tries to prevent it. Its purpose is to survive, not to evolve. Reason 2, fear of success. This one might sound counterintuitive, but sometimes we deeply fear some things that could come together with the success itself. It may be the pressure to maintain that success, to meet higher expectations, or to deal with the visibility that success brings. This fear can lead to self-sabotage as a way of protecting ourselves from the responsibilities or shifts that success might bring. It may also be that we do not want to face that moment in which we could realize that it won't hard at all to achieve that result. This realization could make us feel uncomfortable because maybe we waited days, months, or even years to start moving toward that goal. Reason 3, fear of failure. This is when self-sabotage acts as a protective mechanism. By making a mistake on purpose, you can avoid the possibility of giving your best and still failing. It's a way of keeping control over the situation, even if it means never really reaching your goal. Reason 4, misalignment with deep goals. We'll talk about this one in another episode, but in short, if the goal you're pursuing isn't truly aligned with your core values, self-sabotage can sometimes be a way of stopping you from going down the wrong path. So, how do we stop this cycle of self-sabotage? First of all, recognize the reason, closing your eyes and going back to the moment of failure. Which ones were your emotions? Did you have any weird thoughts? If you're dealing with the fear of change, start by normalizing discomfort. Change, even good change, feels unsettling because it pulls you out of the familiar, instead of avoiding it. Remind yourself that discomfort is part of growth. Start by embracing small, manageable changes that build your tolerance for the new.
Remember to like and subscribe.
If you're dealing with the fear of success, it's important to redefine what success means for you personally and agree with your inner self on certain conditions that must be met even after success is achieved. It doesn't have to mean more pressure. For example, spend time reflecting on the kind of success that aligns with your values and see it as an opportunity to grow at your own pace. By doing this, you can reframe success as something to achieve rather than fear. If you're dealing with the fear of failure, the key is to shift your mindset. See failure not as something to be avoided at all costs, but as an inevitable part of the process to achieve success. Every failure teaches you something, and often, it's the stepping stone to real success. By making peace with the possibility of failure, you reduce the urge to sabotage yourself as a defense mechanism. As for misalignment with deep goals, we'll talk about that in an upcoming episode, but for now, just recognize that sometimes, self-sabotage is a sign that you're pursuing something that doesn't truly resonate with your inner self. It's worth paying attention to. Self-sabotage, unlike bad habits or procrastination, is an intentional act of undermining your own success. To stop it, the first step is identifying the specific fear driving the behavior, whether it's fear of change, success, failure, or misalignment with your deep goals. Once you understand the cause, you can start taking steps to confront that fear, shift your mindset, and break the cycle of self-sabotage. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being aware and making small, conscious choices that move you forward. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode where we'll talk about bad habits and how to avoid them.